Welcome to my channel. I'm Tokebi Games, a former Roblox engineer. Here, I'll teach you how to build clean, scalable game systems you can actually use in your own games.
Have you ever tried to use tools in your games?
I have, and let me tell you that if you try to code each tool individually, you will end up with a ton of similar scripts inside each tool. Maintaining this, especially for a single developer or a small team, can be daunting. However, what if I told you there is a better way to script tools that is scalable, cleaner, and can make maintenance a lot easier? In this video, I will show you how to build such systems. Let's start by adding a couple of tools into your starter pack in Roblox. The tools should not have any scripts, remote events, or functions, and no sounds. They should be stripped down to bare essentials, which involves only the handle and the tool mesh.
Once the tools have been added to your starter pack, click on any of them and go into the Tool Properties. On the Properties view, find Tags and add a tag named Tool. With this tag, we will make sure to find the tool using Collection Service. Additionally, add two string-type attributes. The first one named Hit Sound and the second one named Swing. Do not worry about the values for these attributes for now. Just leave them blank. Repeat this process for any other tools you have inside the starter pack. Now that you have configured your tools, we can proceed with the next steps. In replicated storage, create a folder called Tool Remotes. Inside the folder, place a remote function and call it Connect function. This function will manage the communication between the client and the server. Now, inside Starter GUI, add a new screen GUI and call it Tool. Inside the GUI, add a local script and call it Local Tool. We will now see what the local script does. As you can see, this is a very simple script, and it works for all the tools in your starter pack tagged as tools. The first 4 lines of the script are bringing all the necessary packages and functions that will be used. Collection service is very important here. Remember that we tagged our tools before? Well, in line 8, the collection service will bring all the tools tagged as tools into a list. Now we can loop over that list and add all the necessary local tool functions to your tools. At the bottom, you can see the standard tool. Equipped, this connects to unequipped. That is in turn just adding connections to your mouse button to know when you are using the tool. Call activate controls the tool activation. This function call activate, which sends a request to the server to perform the tool action. Call deactivate just changes the variable shoot to false to signal the tool is no longer in use. If you're familiar with object-oriented programming, this can be a way to think about this process. Well, now we are done with the client side and ready to move to the server side. If you've made it this far, you're probably enjoying the content. So take a second to like and subscribe. It really helps me keep making these videos and share solid systems you can use in your own games. On the server side, we have to set a few things up. Under server storage, create a folder called Tool Animations. In this folder, you will add all the animations your tools use. In my case, I only have an animation that I use on both tools, but you can have different animations for different tools. Also under server storage, create another folder called Tool Sounds. This folder acts the same way as your animation folder, but for your tool's sound. Now remember that we added 2 attributes to the tools before, but let them blank. You will go back into the tool properties and add the name of the animations and sounds that you would like to play when using the tool into those variables. Lastly, under Server Script Service, create a script called Tools. This is the script that will verify and control the tool actions in the server. This is how the script looks on the server side. It is still a very simple script. At the top, we have the necessary imports as usual. We bring in the sounds, animations, and remote functions. At the bottom, we can observe the invocation of the remote function. This will call the activated function on the script and initiate the tool actions. This part of the code are some basic checks to see if the player is alive and the tool is equipped. Notice that I am adding an attribute on the fly. This is to detect that the tool has been swung and to prevent spamming. The next part of the code loads the animations. Finally, we have the actual touch action for the handle being added. Notice in here that we also add an attribute called isTouched. This will prevent that the handle trigger this event more than once. We are also calling here the Add Sounds function. This function will add the tool sounds and play them. Notice the tool's logic, which can be killing an enemy or breaking a rock, is not implemented. If you have built tools before,
This is an easy part to figure out as it depends on what you want the tools to do. For now, I am just printing the target and will demonstrate that it works in a few minutes. On my next video, I will use this framework and build a mining system where I will be adding the particular tool logic for that system.
We are now ready to test.
My character has 2 tools in his backpack, and I will be testing on the 2 blocks you see in this footage. Pay attention to the output at the bottom of the screen, and you will see the names of the targets printing and how many times they get hit per swing. And there you have it. It works. This is a very elegant solution for tools and a very scalable, easy-to-maintain framework. You can have access to this file by following the link in the description to my GitHub repository. Also, please join my community on Roblox, Tokebi Academy, where you can have access to the demos and collaborate with me. If you have not done it yet, please take a minute to subscribe and like this video, as this will greatly help me to continue making this type of content. Thanks for watching, and hope to see your comments and suggestions.